It's June? Yeah, it's June. Didn't the year just start? So how are those New Year's goals going? Yeah, I think it's time for a mid-year reset.
So if you've fallen off your goals, lost motivation, or just need a fresh start, this video will inspire you to reset with us and finish the year strong.
I'm Brianna and welcome back to the Lewis Twins channel. If you are anything like us, the year has just somehow slipped you by. I don't know how we are in the 6th month of the year. And in this period of the year flying by, we've kind of abandoned our goals that we set in January. You don't have to count the year over if you didn't do anything in January, because now that it's getting warm, this is actually, I feel like, when the year starts. Not too many of us have motivation when it's dark and freezing. And now that the weather is getting warmer, we are getting that motivation back. And is the perfect time to really lock in and to refocus yourself on your goals. And the perfect start to this video is to reset our physical space. I don't know about you, but I really can't even focus on the things that I want to do with a messy space. When there's too much clutter, it is way too many distractions, and I just don't really feel comfortable when my house is like a mess and there's things everywhere. But to kick off this reset, I'm going to be making a nice ice water with some electrolytes, because that just sounds so good and it'll be perfect for this cleaning. So it's actually 2 days later, because on Monday we ended up going to a movie with one of my old coworkers, one of my friends, and we ended up seeing Obsession, and that movie was so good. And then after that we went and got a few drinks. It is Aperol Spritz season, so we both got 2 Aperol Spritzes, and it was just too late to come home and finish the reset, but that is what we're going to be doing today. So today we're going to start with the mid-year reflection. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of fell off a little bit with my goals from the ones that I wrote in January. I have them right here. Just something about the beginning of the year, it's really hard for me to do stuff because I get seasonal depression really bad. So I always feel like this part of the year is actually when I can really reflect on what I was supposed to do and then implement it moving forward. I'm gonna just look back on my goals, and you should pull out your goals too and review them. And even if you haven't done all of them or any of them, it's not too late. We're only in the 6th month out of the year, and we have 12 months out of the year, so you can still fully do your goals. Also, sometimes there are goals that you made at the beginning of the year. I know that there's some that I made at the beginning of the year, and I'm like, why did I even have this on here? Like, I don't want to do this. Maybe I thought I wanted to do it, and then I'm like, girl, no, we're not doing that. It's okay to have goals pivot and change stuff around. The only thing is to make sure that you are not giving up and just being like,
on to 2027,
because we still have time to get these goals in, girl.
I just finished out planning my mid-year goals and also my June goals, and I want to share a few of my June goals with you. So basically how I came up with my June goals is I took my mid-year goals that I came up with, and they're pretty much the same as they were in January, just with a few tweaks. And I took that list and I came up with tangible things that I can do in each month to be able to achieve my goals before the end of 2026. One of my goals for June is to do movement 3 times a week. I've definitely gotten really lazy with working out and moving my body and not really doing anything. My next June goal is to finish 1 book. I don't know what happened to me this year. I've definitely fallen off my reading game and I haven't finished a book since probably March. So I just want to finish 1 book. I don't even care if I'm in the middle of it already from May or April. I just want to finish 1 book before June ends. One of my overall goals for the year is to work on my mindset. I really haven't been doing that. So I came up with a tangible way to start implementing this every month, which is to be listening to nightly affirmations. This is definitely a great way to help rework your mind. I'm just going to set a goal to do it at least 2 times a week so it's not overwhelming, but I at least start doing it. And then my final June goal is to post on YouTube every single Sunday for the month of June. That's when we post our videos. I just want to continue to stay consistent. We were able to do this in May and I want to keep it up for June also. I feel so good with planning out the month of June because I know what I'm going to be working towards, and that makes me so excited to jump into this month. But now we are going to be working on a digital detox. Since the beginning of the year, I've accumulated so much junk on my phone, and this is the perfect time to go through my phone, see what apps I'm using, get rid of those if I'm not using them, pictures that I don't need anymore, get rid of them also. I feel like our phones are something that we just let compile a bunch of junk and don't really think about that as a space to declutter. So now that we did the phone, we need to also do the same thing with our laptop. I have not customized my laptop since we did our winter arc, which was literally in October. And I want to make a whole mood board for June and make it the backdrop for my laptop. And also just get rid of all of these screenshots that I have and try to organize a little bit more of our YouTube stuff, because we have like graphics and music and stuff that we use like every single week. So it really should be in an organized folder on my computer. Just get my laptop a little bit more refreshed for the second half of the year. As I was telling you, one of my June goals is to stay consistent with posting our long form videos on YouTube. And one way that we do that is to get organized and to plan out our videos. Because when we have an idea of what we want to do, it's easier to be able to actually do it and commit to staying consistent. At the beginning of the year, we set up a Notion for all of our different goals and things. One of the tabs on our Notion is for content creation. So we're just going to take a few minutes to figure out what our videos for June are going to be. And then also once we figure out the videos, we like to just put a few notes in each tab so we know what we're going to be doing in the video. Since we upload every Sunday, we're going to have 5 uploads for June. So we're going to go ahead and plan out those 5 videos. So we are in our book
corner, and I just want to talk about something fun that we do on our Notion each month. We added this because Brianna and I, we get obsessed with things a lot. So I wanted to add a music part on here because we definitely always get one song that we are obsessed with for the entire month. So as you can see, we haven't really been consistent with filling this out, but I'm trying to get a little bit more consistent with using this Notion. So I did January and I did April, and I'm going to be doing May now. Brianna hasn't done hers yet. I don't know why. So mine for May is going to be Drive by Audrey Hopper. That is just like such a fun summer song to me. And then Brianna, what is yours? Brianna said the whole Noah Kahan album. I'm going to put We Go Way Back because that's the one she's been playing the most. And it's just fun to be able to look back and see where I was mentally normally aligned with the songs that we picked. But now I'm going to be talking about my June TBR. I just have not been reading. I know Brianna had said that earlier, but for some reason I have just not been reading this year, and I don't know why, because I still really love reading. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I read Magnolia Park's A Long Way Home in January, and that book has messed me up into this point because I read it so fast. I literally read it in like almost a day, and then just things. Like if you've read that book, then you know what I'm talking about. Like it was just a lot on the heart. Ever since then, it put me in a depressive slump and then also a reading slump. So there we go. I am in the middle of this Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I must finish this. I like this book, so I don't even know why I'm not reading this thing. If you want to know more about what this book is about and just me starting this book, I started this book in our spring reading vlog. Then speaking of Jessa Hastings, this book Never by Jessa Hastings, we're gonna put the synopsis on the screen. But when I saw this in Target, I was like, I've never seen this before, and I love Jessa Hastings. As I said, I read Magnolia Park, and also I love a good Peter Pan story. Since we were going on vacation, I wanted to bring a beach read, something that could be light, and I started this book maybe like 2 years ago, and I think I've read 20 pages of it, and for some reason I just never picked it up again. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, and they made this a movie on Netflix, so I really want to read this so I can watch the movie. But that is going to be the end of today's video. Comment down below what you're going to be doing to get yourself ready for the end of the year, and if you made it up into this point of the video, comment the sun emoji for June. And if you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your post notifications so you don't miss a video from us. And we'll see you next Sunday with a brand new video. Bye!